Anna says, what if he wants serious relationship, but he has told me that his time frame to intimacy is shorter than mine? What do you think and recommend? Well, his time frame to intimacy doesn't matter. That's what I recommend, right? Because when we talk about value, because value is what determines attraction, and it's what determines whether we still want something after intimacy, and it determines how much we feel like we can fall in love and how much we want to overcome barriers to being with this person and all that kind of stuff, right? And what we're actually talking about sort of is this idea of frames, right? What frame are you in? Are you in a high value frame? Are you in a low value frame? Are you trying to make things equal? And what you want to do is up into intimacy, you want to be in a high value frame. You want him to feel like he's just a little, you are just a little bit out of his league, and he needs to convince you to be with him. Right. And so if you are coming down and you're like, and you both have these different standards, right? Because that's what you're talking about right now, Anna, is you have a standard and he's coming back and he's trying to negotiate with you. He's going, oh, I see your standard and I give you the standard instead, right? Which is a standard that's lower than your standard. And he goes, are you going to accept? Are you going to accept this lower standard? And if you accept his lower standard, what it means is that he just broke your frame and he created a new frame for you. And he's going to feel like he can continue to do that from now until the future. Whereas if you hold your frame and you let him come to your frame, you're like, hey, look, I get it. I totally understand where you're coming from. And, you want to hook up sooner than I do. And I get that. And I want that too, right? But I also want to make sure that, I'm being valued. I want to make sure that this is right. I want to make sure that this is going to the place that I want it to go to. I want to make sure that, you are the right guy for me, and it takes me a little bit of time to figure those things out and make sure that we're on the same level together. And, when I decide that, that's awesome. And, we can move ahead with that, but I'm not going to do it until I feel like things are right, because I've seen other people make that mistake in the past, and I don't want to be in that situation that other people have made, and I want to make sure that I'm getting myself into the best situation that I possibly can, and if he respects you and he respects that, which if he's looking for something real, he will, right? If a guy's looking for something real and you're like, hey, my timeline for hooking up is a little bit longer. I need to make sure these things and all that kind of stuff. And he really likes you. It doesn't matter, right? He'll honor that. He'll look at you and he'll be like, Anna, I know that, I wanted this to kind of happen faster than how fast you want things to happen, but I get it, and I understand where you're coming from. And I think you're a really awesome and cool woman. And I don't want, you to feel like you're being taken advantage of. I don't want you to feel like you're getting yourself into a bad situation. I want you to feel like you're secure and that you know that this is going in the right direction. And, I want to honor you and your feelings and where you want to go with this. And, it's fine. We can take all the time you need. Right. And you, Anna, want to make sure that you're reassuring him, right? Because of what I talked about earlier, which was women are worried about wasting their time, right, with men. So a woman who hooks up with a guy and they're hooking up and it's not moving towards a relationship, most women would feel like that time spent with him is a wasted time. Most men who spend time with a woman and it's not moving towards hooking up and being in some kind of, sexually intimate kind of a scenario with her, feel like that time is wasted time. And so you just have to remember that. And you have to make sure that you're luring him on and you're leading him on. You're letting him know that you are interested in him romantically, but you're just not there yet. right? You need to feel a little bit safer, a little bit, whatever it is that you feel like you need, or you feel like you want to be in a relationship, or whatever it is, right? You need to make sure that you communicate those things and just let him know, and just tell him why, right? Because you want to have a why. You always want to have reasons for why you're doing things. Don't do things just arbitrarily, right? So why are you waiting, right? That's the question you want to ask yourself. Why are you waiting? And how does this benefit you to wait? And how can you tell him something that'll make sense to him so that he can get on board with it and feel like you're making the right decision, and that he's willing to wait with you if he's serious about you, right? If he's not serious about you, it doesn't matter what you do. He's not going to, he's not going to take it seriously, and he's going to get all upset and frustrated, right? And he's going to disappear, and that's fine. And if he is serious about you, then he'll honor you and he'll say, okay, that's fine. Like, he might not feel good about it because a lot of guys out there, especially in the dating world, the men's dating side, are telling him that he needs to hook up fast because it gives him more power and choice, right? And it does. It absolutely does, right? And you waiting gives you more power and choice, and it absolutely does. He's far more likely to value you if you guys wait and he invests in you. And so I hope that makes sense there, Anna. I hope that makes sense.